Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining Internet Stories today. Today, we have three great stories from the Reddit IDontWorkHereLady subreddit. Luckily, two of them are very nice and heartwarming stories to fill your heart with joy, and one crazy lady in the middle. Our first story is about two friends going to get some coffee and finding a non employee behind the counter making coffee because all the other employees were MIA. Our second story is about a friend trying to surprise his other friend with some new computer equipment when they go to a store, selling computer equipment. And then he just gets grabbed by this crazy lady because he wouldn't help her because he doesn't work there. And he ends up having to body slam this crazy lady against the wall. She ends up hitting a bunch of computer equipment. There's a whole big fuss. Tune in to hear the story for more details. Our third story is another real nice, heartwarming story. It's about this little kid that walks up to this girl. He makes an honest mistake. Asks her for some help, but he's so cute and nice that she ends up helping him find what he is looking for. Helps him find a mom, and even ends up paying for it at the end, which is really sweet. Everyone was really happy in the end. It's a great story, so check that out. This story is called Wholesome I Don't Work Here Moment. This is a short story that happened to me this morning. I went to get a coffee with a coworker. A relatively busy morning, given the pandemic situation, and there was only one guy taking orders, working the register, and preparing the orders. I pre-ordered on my phone and was waiting for my coworker to order at the counter. After waiting for a few minutes and realizing my order was forgotten, I went to remind him of it and remarked, "They left you alone to deal with the rush, huh?" His response was, "Yeah, and I don't even work here." I can only guess as to how he ended up behind the counter. I wonder, was he actually taking orders for everyone, or was he just kind of making his own drink because he was sick of waiting for someone to show up? Interesting. This story is called Pulling Your Phone Out When You're Working is Against Company Policy. Lady, I'm 14. A bit of context. This was back in January of this year. I had just turned 14. The funny thing is, my birthday is on January 1st. The amount of people with my birthday, you could count them on your hands. I think at this point, I was 5'11", with visible beard. I had people mistake me most of the time for a 16 or 17-year-old. Now, my birthday had just passed. My parents are not the best with presents, so they just gave me money. So I went on the weekend to chill with my friends. It was like 12 p.m. We went out to eat, and my friend started talking about how he wished he could get a new PC. Now, me and him are close. I go to his house most days of the week, 3 or 4 times. Sometimes I stay over. We're basically brothers. I call his parents auntie and uncle. Same with him. He comes to my house and stays. We even have rooms in each other's houses. Now, he was born 4 days after me. I really wanted to get him something really nice. So he said, "Let's go chill at my house." So I call an Uber. Not to his house. It was to PC World. We get halfway there, and he clocks what is happening. He says this isn't the way to my house. I assure him that we are going to do something very fun. Then he sees PC World and asks why we are here. I tell him it's an early birthday present. I had to give it to him early, as I couldn't go on a school day. So I tell him to get anything you want. He goes mad. He tries to reject, but we all know how that turns out. So we are both in the shop, and I recommend him something and tell him where it is. He goes to get it. Then I hear a lady clearing her throat. I turn around, and she asks me where something is. I say, "I don't know." I then turn around, assuming that was the end of it. She then starts ranting about how I need to follow company policy
and not pull out my phone when talking to customers. The next thing she did shocked me. She lunged and grabbed my arm. Now, the human reaction is to push her off. Now I'm 5'11", and she was around 5'5" at most, and she went flying to the PCs. There was a loud alarm that went off. One monitor fell on the floor, and it smashed. Security came running to the scene. So did my friend. Now my friend is a little bit scared of confrontation, so he didn't do anything. I think he was more scared than me. She was screaming about how I assaulted her, and that I pulled up my phone out. She said I worked there. However, the manager shut her down instantly. It was very funny. I think the police got called in the mayhem. They then took both of us, our stories, and started giving me dirty looks. They told me to call my parents, but I refused as I didn't want to drag them into it. But eventually the footage came out, and it was proven that she grabbed me first, and I pushed her off. Eventually I had to give my name, but I was free to leave. The police didn't contact my parents. The good thing was the manager gave us a 20% discount, so that was good. Wow, that's a win-win. 20% discount, dealing with a crazy lady for a minute or two. This story is called You're Wearing a Red Shirt. You Know Where the Oreos Are. I recently moved to a new city to live with a relative for a while, until I can find a solid, good job that'll actually pay me what I'm worth. I've been doing food delivery, grocery pickup. This happened last night around 8:30 p.m. I was taking a quick 30-minute break from driving to use the restroom, get some water, a snack, and pick up some things that were needed at my cousin's house, since she's not charging me rent. I decided on the Red Bullseye store because they had everything I was looking for. I was browsing the small home appliances section, looking for a pitcher that filters water so you can use fewer water bottles. I just found the perfect one when I hear someone yelling. I have anxiety, so I'm always consciously looking and listening to make sure I can get away in an intense or dangerous situation. Thankfully, the yelling was less angry and more pure excitement. A little kid, between 3 and 6, I'm guessing. Little kid, where are the Oreos? I'm sorry, I don't know. Little kid, visibly confused. But you're wearing a red shirt. Why don't you know where they are? Me. Oh, I don't work here. My shirt is just red. I was also not wearing a name tag, and I was wearing gray sweatpants and flip-flops. I guess he didn't know any better, but he wasn't rude, just confused little kid. I scanned the floor to find an employee, but I couldn't see one. However, the kid seemed nice enough, and I still had ample time on my break, so I decided to help him hunt down the Oreos. He must not have been able to read because we were already near the snack section, as sign said. Little kid. My big sister's not feeling good. We're getting her Oreos to cheer her up. Me. That's nice of you. What brought you to this store? Little kid. My mom. She's at returns getting a new toaster oven, 'cause the other one doesn't work. After finding the actual package of Oreos, he requested double stuff, so his sister would be double happy. I walked with the little kid back towards the front. His mother was still standing at customer service and looked confused that her son was with me. Little kid. I got Oreos. The nice lady helped me, but she doesn't work here. She said her shirt is just right. Then we have the tired mom. She looks embarrassed. Oh, I must have told you to look at the name tag too. Make sure you tell her thank you. Little kid. If there wasn't coronavirus, I would give you a high five. Then we have an actual employee. Would you like me to ring that up here? Me. No, I'll pay for them. Tired mom. You can't. That's too much trouble. Me. It's okay, ma'am. I hope your daughter feels better. I didn't feel like $4 was too much to spend on a little kid that had made me laugh. Quarantine has been kind of hard on me, so having a marginally humorous experience like this made me smile a lot. I normally work with kids,
So this lifted my spirits a little. Yeah, this was a great story. I mean, it might have not have had the drama and people yelling and screaming, but a little bit of a employee confusion, and everyone was really happy in the end. And it was one of those nice, heartwarming stories you just need every now and then to tell you that we'll be okay and we'll all make it through in the end. Thanks. Those are some fun stories of I Don't Work Here. Not every I Don't Work Here story has to be filled with people getting punched and screamed at like one of them, but at least we had some. It was like a nice heartwarming sandwich filled with one crazy lady in the middle. So thanks for tuning everyone, and hope you enjoyed those stories of some nice people and one crazy story in the middle. And please like and subscribe for many more future stories. Please let me know if any of these stories sound familiar, or if you have any crazy stories of your own about dealing with Karens or Kevins at your local shopping center. Thanks.